Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Wanted to do a quick video talking about Silent Night, Deadly Night. This is the original 30th anniversary Blu-ray. Scream Factory has now released a better remaster, and that's around $25 to $30 currently. However, I am filming this February 23rd, 2019. This video is not going up until December 24th, 2019. So roughly 10 months and a day to be exact. So by the time you see this video, it will be 10 months old. I could be dead. I could have kids. Who the hell knows? Maybe I stopped making videos. So either way, I wanted to talk about this film. Happy early Christmas. Silent Night, Deadly Night came out in, I believe it was the early 80s, I want to say. It might have even been late 70s, here, 84, excuse me. And it caught a ton of flack because people couldn't believe that they were doing like an evil, murderous Santa Claus type film. It was around the holidays. Religious people felt it was really in poor taste. It got, people picketing and stuff like that. So all that stuff ended up making the movie, I think, gain more traction than it would have. And then it got, pretty good cult following over the years with DVDs and Blu-rays. For the record, this Blu-ray, which is much cheaper than the Scream Factory release, this is by Anchor Bay. It's I paid $7 for this. This was on eBay for, I think I told the guy $4, and then he had $3 shipping because he wanted like 5 or 6, and I worked a deal out with him with the best offer. So $7 with shipping. I think that the video quality is pretty good. I actually thought it was very good up until the points that they take some of the uncut, more gorier footage, which only happens maybe 4 or 5 times throughout the film, roughly, and they insert extra scenes. So when they did that, they used some really bad old master that looks like VHS or worse. So it'll go from like Blu-ray quality, pretty good stuff, to not so good stuff. And you'll notice it, but the movie's still really cool. The newer one supposedly is just great looking throughout, so I would probably recommend that one if you're like a stickler for stuff like that. I'm really not, and for the price difference, I really couldn't justify, $30 or like $50 with the action figure or whatever. So this movie has this character Billy on the back who looks a lot like my friend Bill Radovich, which I find very amusing, and I tease him about constantly. Um, it's about this kid whose family um, is driving down the road, and he's all spooked out because his grandfather tells him that if you're not a good boy or girl and Christmas is around, Santa Claus won't give you gifts, he'll punish you. So the kid's all freaked out. They're driving down the road and they see a guy on the side of the road dressed like Santa Claus who just happened to rob a gas station or a liquor store, something like a little market. And they pull over to help him, thinking, oh, he's dressed like Santa Claus, it's Christmas, maybe this guy needs help. And he slits the mother's throat, shoots the father. The son runs off, and the other son is a baby, like a baby. The other son runs off, and he's hiding, and he's traumatized. So they both end up in an orphanage, being raised by like a mother superior and nuns, stuff like that. And the mother superior is very strict. She's constantly talking about punishment and how kids need to be like trained properly. She's hitting him because he's um, not listening or not listening to her liking. He sees these two people fooling around in the orphanage. I don't know if they were aides or helpers or whatever. They're sleeping together, and he sees it. And the mother superior catches them, and she goes in and beats them, and then she goes out and beats him, and she's just not really a nice nun. So anyway, he gets older. He works in a toy store, and Santa Claus is there. Is supposed to be there to give out candy and see the kids and make the kids sit on their lap and have like an event at the toy store, and he can't make it because he got hurt. So Billy dresses up as Santa Claus, and since he's traumatized from all this stuff that happened, he flips out and goes on like this rampage, starts killing people at the store. Um, it's he just goes on like some random people that he sees, having sex in like a house on Christmas, like a babysitter, which is Linnea Quigley, who is a scream queen you may know from other movies like Night of the Demons and Nightmare Sisters and a bunch of other stuff, Return of the Living Dead. So he goes on this rampage, um, and that's pretty much the gist of it. I don't want to say too much. There's not really much in terms of twists. I thought the violence was pretty cool. I like the story. This is the second time I've seen this film, and I liked it better this time. I like the character. He's not really an anti-hero because he's not a hero. He's like actually just mentally disturbed and has now, flipped out and is killing random people, but it's an interesting spin on things. You can't help but feel bad for him a little bit because of what happened to his family. So you sort of are, not rooting for him. You don't want to see him kill these random people, but it's also kind of interesting and a cool aspect to the film. There is a sequel which stars his little brother as the murderous Santa Claus, which I have yet to see. Then there's, I think, two spin-offs. Um, and then a reboot just called Silent Night. And I haven't seen any of those. I've only seen one. So I would definitely recommend this film. I think it's not really, they call it horror. It is a slasher movie, but it's not scary. It's more like you're sort of rooting for him. You sort of feel bad for him, but you know what he's doing is wrong. Um, he's sort of demented in a sense. So I think it's a great film. I think it's a great Christmas film if you like horror movies. As I said, you can pick the DVD up, I think, pretty cheap, the Blu-ray pretty cheap. The new Blu-ray is expensive. This one, besides that iffy quality during the uncut scenes, it has a commentary from the writer. Let's see here, the composer and the unit director and co-executive producer. An audio interview with Charles E. Sellier Jr., still gallery, and Santa's Stocking of Outrage. I don't know what that is. So yeah, this is a cool little under the radar type of old slasher Christmas movie that has like a lot of history behind it. So I would definitely check this out if you like Christmas movies, horror movies, stuff like that. And I think you'll be surprised. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. It's a pretty cool film, and I look forward to watching the sequels in the future. So let me know, guys, if you've seen this, what you think. Now that you've seen my buddy Bill, looks a lot like him. And thanks, guys, for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Merry Christmas. Be good.